Hey guys, this is the video everyone's been waiting for, right? So I had a ton of traders asking me, Leo, what's gonna happen with Bitcoin? What's about to take place, man? Everyone is just, they're waiting for the ETF. They can't see straight, okay? I mean, there's all kinds of crazy targets. I mean, the environment resembles that of 2017, clearly. Very similar catalyst, but in this video, we're going to break down the chart, the weekly chart, and then we're going to take a look at the daily chart, trying to make sense of what signs can we see that could give us a good trading strategy on Bitcoin over the course of the next couple of weeks here and going into the rest of 2024. Now, don't forget, we got in the last video, I've announced the challenge where you guys get a chance to absolutely free triple your account. That does pertain to traders that trade Bitcoin as well. So get in touch with us ASAP if you're interested to participate in triple your account challenge that begins actually tonight. We're going to begin it January 1st when the futures market opens. Clearly, if you're trading Bitcoin and crypto, then that goes 24/7 and you could be starting as soon as you sign up. But let's focus on the chart. So what do we have here on Bitcoin on the weekly chart? Well, clearly it looks very bullish. For starters, we got this bullish crossover right here. Let me grab a different color here. So very bullish cross. Normally in situations like that, we're going to expect something to skyrocket, right? Lots of hype on Bitcoin, okay? The ETF is clearly a part of all the bullishness, and the other part of all the bullishness is the halving. So, guys, less is more, right? Basically, that's how Bitcoin is programmed, and it makes sense mathematically that it's going to take place. However, do you just go all in and buy Bitcoin right now? Well, if you study the history, this may not be your ideal strategy, despite of how bullish this crossover is. There is a definitely not so bullish sign right here, basically as if RSI has already topped out, okay? Now, again, I've mentioned in many videos yesterday that just because RSI is in the green here and it's hitting 70, 80, 90, and so on, it could stay here at elevated levels for quite some time. So RSI could keep doing this here without really dropping off severely. Now remember, this is the weekly chart we're looking at, and as you know, if you studied 30 market moves, we recommend looking at multiple chart time frames to really see overall what's going on. Over here, guys, despite of this bullish signal, bullish signal, guys, by the way, you should know it doesn't work 100% of the time, because there are instances where this bullish crosses, they don't resolve into a move upward. They actually diverge this direction, okay? So the bullish crossover, potential escalation of a crossover to the upside is not guaranteed 100%. At the same time, we're noticing that MACD, that's not a very bullish type of scenario for MACD, because it's close to creating a death hook here, which would be the opposite of this bullish cross. So there's a chance that MACD can actually nosedive here. The good thing is accumulation distribution is all the way at the top. So basically, in the expectation of the ETF, in the expectation of other bullish catalysts, everyone and their mother-in-law has already bought Bitcoin in the expectation of. So we've got three bearish signals basically here on weekly chart, and we've got one bullish signal. So I'll take this divergence on our RSI as bearish signal number one. Bitcoin moves higher, RSI does not. MACD, that's bearish signal 2. Accumulation distribution all the way at the top, that's bearish signal 3. And we only got one positive cross that potentially developing. Okay, so far, despite of the pattern and everything, that seems like just nothing but a straight, solid, uptrend here, guys. It's not guaranteed that this bullish crossover is going to dictate what's going to happen in the rest of the chart. So let's glance a look at the daily chart and see what we can discover there, and then let's identify 3 outcomes that are possible. So if you take a look at a shorter time frame, things don't look as good because we've had this bullish crossover right here a long time ago, and at this point it's most of the people would regard it as a consolidation before a further move higher, right? So it is reasonable that it could happen, okay? But let's look at some other signals here. Basically, we've got major bearish divergence when Bitcoin hits a level of 32 right here. RSI is at the moon, and now Bitcoin hits 45, 42, 43, and so on, and RSI continues to decline. So this would be a bearish case of a bear RSI versus price action divergence. Take a look at the MACD. Has crossed not so long ago, but notice the importance of when it crosses the big red candle real close to that cross, move expansion to the downside, and it all happens where? At the top, like right close to this 45,000 range, right? So it is interesting that almost the day Bitcoin tops at 45 that we have a bearish cross on MACD. That is not bullish. And as far as the accumulation distribution, we see a confirmation right here as well that, look, some people began to sell. We're no longer at the top of the accumulation distribution. It's beginning to drop off here, which makes perfect sense considering the number of red candles, right? Red candles here, the size of the red candles clearly outpace the size of the bullish candles, which you also have a confirmation around that right here, where basically the sell volume recently in the last 5 days has definitely exceeded the buy volume. So when the buy volume goes away, in this type of setup, it does not necessarily mean that Bitcoin cannot move higher. However, okay, considering there's so many bearish things that are going on, we could be looking at maybe a retest of this level, or ideally for me, my strategy, guys, I'm going to tell you exactly what the way I will be trading it. So basically, this was a level of 45. Considering there's a lot of bearish factors, despite, you know, of clearly consensus betting on this thing to go up right now. If the ETF is not approved by January 8th and that news doesn't hit in the next 10 days, so today is the 1st of January 2024, if we don't get the news on the ETF, clearly when we get the news on the ETF, there's going to be a spike. What we don't know is what's going to happen between now and the next 10 days. Basically, we're just going to go option 1, just sideways. When the ETF news hits, yes, it's approved, boom, we're going to go straight up, okay? And that would be my ideal entry, okay? This would almost be too easy because the moment the ETF is approved, we're going to have some wild move higher. But shortly after that, okay, so you're going to really need to laser in on this entry. But shortly after that, we're going to see potentially that same day or potentially within 48 hours from that initial reaction higher, there's so many people that are going to be selling. And like clearly when we look at this accumulation distribution line, it's been going nowhere but higher for months and months. Some people will take profits here, okay? And so I think going long would be, because overall our target for Bitcoin is probably over 100,000 by the end of 2024. We're very bullish on Bitcoin overall, but I think when it comes from the trading perspective, okay, what's going to make you money is catching this big sell-off, which will be a result of approval of the ETF. And you may be thinking, especially if you have not been trading the markets for a long time, you may be thinking, well, why would Bitcoin sell off if ETF is going to be approved? Well, it's quite simple. We had very similar catalyst in 2017, where Bitcoin has run up substantially in December of 2017 because, okay, it was included in the stock exchanges, and you could basically now track the futures on Bitcoin, and that was a huge move. Basically, the progression of Bitcoin and the acceptance of it, okay, resulted in that huge move higher in December 2017, and consecutively after that, within 3 months, Bitcoin was down from 20,000 to 6,000. And greatly, let me just bring up this chart, guys. Hold on one second. So basically similar catalyst, right? Similar structure, similar everything. We're going to the moon in 2017. All right, so there's the moon. We keep moving. That's the top. And as soon as we set that top, right? So that's when the cat is out of the bag. Hey, great news. Everything's done. And now, on the very day it sets the top, there's this major reversal candle, this one right here. And then look what happens next. Consecutive sell-off, consecutive sell-off, consecutive sell-off, consecutive sell-off, consecutive sell-off. We're talking about 7-8 days of selling off straight. Not without bounces, right? Because look at this day. The candle, actually, it's almost highly repetitive, right? It drops, it bounces, it drops again. It bounces, it drops again. It bounces, it drops again. What is that? That's a move too. That's just like huge repetition of a great proportion of number 2 moves in relation to any other moves within the time frame. So when you look at this, I think once the cat is out of the bag, and I hope that the ETF will be approved, initially we go higher and then we sell off after that. Now, the question you may be asking, I certainly would be asking this question, what the fuck happens if the ETF is not approved? Okay, well, in that particular case, then consider the point of all traders, all the market participants that have been waiting for this wonderful thing to happen, and they've been waiting patiently, and some of them have gotten maybe at 20,000 and 30,000. Some of them, a lot of traders have been getting lately, okay, at 35, 40, 42. Guess how do the people feel that have been getting in just in the last 10, 14 days, in the last 30 days, where Bitcoin has hit a level close to 45, and since then it has not done absolutely nothing. So imagine that you are in that situation, and what would you do? Imagine that you are in that situation. What would you do? So to help you visualize better, back to the daily chart on Bitcoin. So imagine that you pulled the trigger on Bitcoin December, and look, December, the first 2 weeks of December. So let's say December 1st through the 11th. Okay, let's say you've pulled the trigger here. Okay, and you've been buying, and maybe like clearly look at the spike in the accumulation distribution, right? Like this is where a lot of people have gotten in. Like look at this. This is where a ton of people, let me select this area to help you guys see it better. So it's like a ton of people got in right around here. See that December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, okay, and boom, there it is. Okay, so that's a lot of accumulation within those days, and a lot of price action that goes with that too. But were you the guy buying it at 38, or were you the guy buying it at 45 or 42? Because as you know what happens shortly after, we catch this magnificent short trading opportunity, 4,000 points basically in one day. So if you're the guy that was getting in here at 45, the next day you wake up, shit, it's at 40. This is why you have a dip in the accumulation, because the very people that were buying it right here at 44, 45, a few days later, it's at 40. Not many people can stomach that, right? I mean, at 13 market moves, yeah, once we take a position, we don't deviate from the strategy, okay? But you know, most of the traders, especially the new traders, they're not going to sit for a 4,000 point drop. They cannot stomach that. So imagine that out of those people that didn't sell on this 4,000 point drop, now we're sitting still at what? We're sitting still at like 42, 43 thou. And basically, if those guys that got in here, they didn't get out here, their patience right now, it is running super thin. Okay, let's say you got in that 44, 45, you're down 1,000, 2,000 points. Okay, depending whether you're trading with leverage or not, hey, probably you just got kicked out of your position if you're trading futures, depending on what leverage you're using. So, guys, I mean, patience is going to be running real thing over the next 10 days. So, next 10 days from January 1st today through January 10th, this is basically the time frame right here. Okay, if there's no news on the ETF, or if all these people that have been accumulating here in the expectation is going to be approved and it does not get approved, okay, well, clearly then the 45K would be the top, right? If we go sideways, some more patience is running thing, and all of a sudden we don't get the approval, well, clearly, I mean, we just drop straight down and we erase those gains. So this could be a one-day drop of 6,000 to 8,000 points on BTC. I think at that point, you could be coming in and buying the dip. So again, strategy one, it gets approved, it goes to the moon, and then it gets reversed. Strategy two, it just drops the fuck out. Patience is running thing. So in either outcome, but this outcome is pretty clear, right? Pretty cut and dry. But in this outcome, when ETF will be approved, I really hope it will be, and Bitcoin is shooting to the moon, don't be just looking at this green candle. It's going to be all green, right? It's going to be all green. The guy got approved. Don't be the guy that is getting in right here on the bull side, okay? Because the probability of a reversal at that point is going to be humongous. And I would dare to predict that we're going to have a huge black candle on that day. Let me erase that real quick. So we may get, the day Bitcoin ETF gets approved, we may get a big candle that's going to look, on stock charts, it's going to be like a black candle, okay? And it's going to look like this with a VIG way up here. So that's going to be the formation of the candle. Basically, it's going to represent a huge move on good news, and then it's going to signify the top, and that's where the sell-off begins. And so it's going to be a bear reversal black candle, which we have about an hour in our course curriculum devoted just to help you understand the black candles. And we have not had a black candle on Bitcoin in so long, okay, that I think we're so overdue for one, that when and if the good news comes, be ready for this black candle. It'll get you paid exponentially on that day. So again, guys, overall, we're highly bullish on Bitcoin, but as a trader, you got to understand when to get in, when to get out, when to keep your profits, when to sell half of your position, when to sell third of your position. If you're struggling with some basic things like you're not holding your trade enough for some huge gains, or you're so scared that you may lose some of the green profits that you're seeing, and you just jump out and then you kick yourself in the ass. Oh, Leo, I could have made so much more, but I jumped out because I was a pussy. Trade with a coach. For this reason, we have this program, guys. So somebody with more experience, somebody who has lived through the ups and downs of these markets, somebody who, lived through Bitcoin crash in 2017 and many others, right? Could hold your hand and have you stay strong, preventing you from buying freaking calls when it's a black candle day. And so you buy calls on black candle day, you're screwed. So make money. I mean, a beautiful thing is Bitcoin is going to move. We know it's going to move in the next 10 days. So, guys, getting a day early is sure much better than getting a day late. But nailing this black candle is ultimately, that's a piece of art. That's why you come to 13 Market Moves, to trade with a style that nobody else has. And if you want to know more on how you can improve your style of trading with 13 Market Moves, guys, visit 13marketmoves.com, 13mmtv.com, sign up for the challenge. If you guys don't have a Phemex account set up, click the referral link below this video somewhere, sign up, give us a call as soon as you can. The challenge will begin in the next 24 hours. So take this moment to triple your account, whether you trade options or whether you trade crypto. Outside of Bitcoin, there's just some phenomenal opportunities out there. I certainly don't want you guys to miss that as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video soon, where we're going to talk about a move to formation and breakdown of the time frames of a move to. So hopefully this video was helpful, and guys, let's roll. Black candle on Bitcoin. Catch it with 13 Market Moves. Let's roll.